Hey y'all, it's Taylor from Tattoo Teacher Plans. Welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, welcome. I'm so glad you're here. Today we're doing a memory keeping spread for the week of February 1st through the 7th. I do have some notes. I kept notes the whole time that I was away from doing content here on YouTube. So I know what happened this week. I've got some pictures that I've had for weeks now. I have this cute kit from last year that I meant to use and I never got to. Before we get into the actual memory plan with me, I thought that I would just go ahead and flip through real quick the year up to this point. So basically January, because it's been a while and I did 2 spreads that weren't filmed. Well, actually 3. So I'm going to show those to you real fast and just very quickly catch you up here. So here is my New Year's spread. There is a plan with me for this. And this was in my old memory planner, so I did get it into this one because I wanted them all together. This also was filmed, so that was the 2nd week of January. This one I didn't film, but I wish I had because it turned out so pretty. My sister pointed out that this quote here is totally ironic as to what happened the next week. Difficult roads lead to beautiful destinations. Do they? Sometimes. Maybe. But this week was mid-January and I was doing my yoga every day and just loving that. I joined the League of Women's Voters in Texas and working on intuitive eating. I really, really love how that turned out. And then this is the first spread in this planner, and this was the week of the inauguration and also the week of my car accident. And so I just have, like, this part of the week is kind of normal. I still have to find, actually I have the pictures, I just haven't put them in here, of my last videos that I had before all this happened. But this was supposed to be like a really, really good week. And it didn't turn out quite how I wanted it to. But just really super grateful. My nephew turned 1 month, and just I put all of these really terrible pictures in here because I wanted to remember, you know, what I can do, what I can survive, and what I can get through. And so I did include those in here. This wasn't even all of them. I just picked the big ones. And then this week, as you can tell, lots of journaling happening. Lots of feelings this week, but this was when I went to the orthopedic doctor and realized just like how serious my hands were, and realized that I would probably need surgery. And my parents had come in that week, so I had to say goodbye to them. I had a CT scan of my arm to see what I needed done on my elbow, and then I just really, I thought I was going to like bounce back and go back to work, but that's not what happened. So I did go back on this Friday, but I pretty much immediately regretted it and came home and went straight to bed at like 5 p.m. So probably should have just taken the whole week off, but I just wanted to do something. You know, I was just at home this whole time and I was just bored and just needed a distraction, and so I thought going back to work was good, but that was not good. And then just relaxed this weekend and pretty much spent the entire day in bed here on Sunday. I got really, really down on this weekend because I kind of knew what was ahead of me. So this week was the week of my surgery and just like starting my recovery. And so that's what I'm kind of focusing on here. And then there's some other things that I definitely want to include. So here's the kit I'm going to use this week. It's so freaking cute. And I really did mean to use it, but it just didn't fit in my schedule last year. So it's called Sweet Life from Sadie's Stickers. Her kit format is slightly different, but I can totally work with this. And I just think it's adorable. And I love the foiling on this. It's really cute. And then we've got a bunch of boxes and things here. And then some layering things. This page has been redesigned. Pretty much all of them have. And the last page with the date covers. And I'm going to sub in some different washi here. I pulled these 2, this pink one with the gold bows, and then this one with like the iridescent bows. The pink, I don't even know what to call it. It's just like the shiny pink bow. But I thought those would look pretty So I am ready to get started on this. I've got my iPad right here, and I've got some notes for this week. I just kept a Google Doc of everything that happened so that I would remember, because I did want to document this. So I think we're ready to get into it. So let's get started. So I totally forgot to mention this in the intro, but this is my new Lights Planner Action Coiled Insert Planner, which is my new memory planner. It's in the classic Happy Planner size, so it's a little bit longer, and I have a little bit more room now, which has been kind of nice. On boring weeks, I don't know what it's going to look like, but yeah, so far, really loving this. The paper is a little tricky with stickers. You have to use undo from time to time, but I really am liking writing directly on the page, which with the amount of journaling I'm doing lately, it's really nice. Okay, so I had the strip from the kit for the bottom washi, but I also added in some Simply Gilded washi. I just wanted to kind of mix it up a little bit. I thought that looked really pretty. And then for date covers, I'm going to lay these down. I'm placing them just a little bit kind of down into the column. So I haven't really perfected how I want this to look, but we're getting there. Sadie stickers kits also, they fit on the inside of the column, not on the lines. So that's another thing that I kind of had to figure out with this kit. But I figured it out. It works. So I'm just laying down the date covers, and it helps to kind of do them like from a different angle, as you could see me kind of turning the planner sideways. And then I'm laying down the date dots here, which I'm just using these again from Sadie stickers. It's the little circle ones with the sparkle kind of pattern around it. And then we're going to move on to the sidebar. So I'm going to set this up similar to how I've done in the past. Although I did realize, looking back at this, that I don't need to put this week because it already says that. But you're going to see me do that in just a minute. So I did pull in this Simply Gilded washi, but you'll see at the end I kind of switched that up. It wasn't quite what I was looking for. So we'll change that at the end. So I just added a little box for my favorite moment of the week, and I pulled in a little heart. So on this label, I'm going to write this week. It's redundant with the this week script at the top of the page. So next week, I think I will try to not do that, or just cover up the this week script. We'll see. So starting on Monday, this morning, I had a doctor's appointment at my orthopedic doctor, and he gave me some news that I wasn't really wanting to hear at the moment. I just don't like to have surgery. I don't think anyone does, but I just don't have a good reaction to pain medication. It just doesn't do a lot for me, and I know this about myself. And so anticipating surgery and knowing that the aftermath is going to be really rough, it's just not very fun. But in this case, he decided that surgery was the best option for me with my age and what the actual break looked like. So luckily it wasn't a super bad break. So I ended up with only 2 little incisions and a couple little screws in there to put everything back together. And on this day, I got my stitches out on my hand, which allowed me to move my hand a lot more. Hand is going to take the longest recovery, I think, but yeah, it's a work in progress. As you can see, I have made a lot of progress so far, but it's just have a lot to go. So I also made a note here that I was grateful for my mom's friend Terry. She drove me around this week, and she got me coffee every time, so that's really nice. And I couldn't really drive very well. And then I also had no car, which I guess I did get my car the last week, so but I just wasn't feeling comfortable to drive just yet, and my doctor didn't want me to either. And I just have a note here at the bottom that's I spent the day working on my pre-surgery paperwork and testing, like COVID testing and all of that stuff. And I wasn't really very hungry because I was like anticipating that surgery, but it happened at 8 a.m. the next day, and it went well, and it didn't even take that long because, like I said, they just he just went in and put in a couple of screws, and it was done. And I have a note here that, but I woke up in a lot of pain. I was supposed to get a nerve block. I did get a nerve block. It just didn't work. It only numbed like basically my fingers, which was nice because my hand hurts, but that didn't really help my elbow. And so it took me a while to get that under control. Like mentally, I had to just like suck it up. And my aunt Leslie came and drove me home, and my mom was at my house by the time we arrived, which was really nice. My mom came and stayed with me for the week, and she brought my middle sister with her. And I went right to bed. So I have a little Fox and Pip girl here who's absolutely perfect for this. And the pain meds didn't work, but ice was really helpful. So that I kind of got onto like a schedule with the icing, and that helped a lot with the pain and managing that. And then I have a little note here that we all watched this veterinarian show on Disney Plus. I can't remember what her name was, but we watched like 4 episodes. And it was really entertaining and interesting. And I actually felt good enough to like sit there and like just kind of chill with my mom and my sister. So that was good. And then the next morning, I don't think this picture was from this day, but we did get a look at the incision this day because we took off the dressing. No, maybe it was from this day. I'm pretty sure it was. But anyway, the incision looked good, even though my arm was completely bruised, as you can see. But everything looked really good and felt good, I guess, for what it was. And this day, I have another little Fox and Pip girl here. I slept most of this day. Sleeping just was a way to escape the pain, and that ice helped a lot, like I said, but it was rough for a couple days. And then I just put in some Simply Gilded washi to separate off that, because I did get up for a little while and we had some Chick-fil-A for dinner, which was delicious. And then we had a long call with my dad, just kind of updating him and just chatting with him and just checking in. And I was up all night this night. I don't know what my problem was. I think it was just like the pain, and I couldn't concentrate on anything else. And yeah, I was up most of the night this night. Not good. But it does get better as we go here. You'll see as I took away that Happy Planner book, I put that underneath because this is like a brand new planner, and I didn't want my hand resting on the coil, just for writing and for comfort. And so that helps to kind of lift it up and to take off that pressure on the coil. Okay, on Thursday, I had kind of an epiphany, or like just like a come to Jesus moment with myself, and I realized that being away from my planners, I had a different perspective, and I wanted to switch things up. So I decided to order this planner that you see here, along with using a Planning Roses planner that I had. Really excited about the changes. I have a new planner stack video if you want to go check that out to see all 4 of them together. And then below that, I just have a little picture that I just ran across that was about healing and pressing pause. And then that evening, I was struggling with the speed of my recovery, just super frustrated. I am getting older, you know, I'm 36 now. Things take a little bit longer, and I had to realize that. I did watch a lot of Friends this evening, and I went to bed early because I just needed to. And then on Friday, somehow I woke up and I felt a little better. I feel like Friday was when I kind of turned the corner, and I have this cute little quote here that's about getting through this. And my mom and my sister went home this day, and I cried a lot. So I made note of that. I was just in an emotional state this whole week, but and last week and the week before, but just being alone again was, you know, I had to accept it, but I cried a little bit because that's what I do. And then I spent the rest of the day finishing up my defensive driving course, and getting all that paperwork kind of finished up. And then I also worked on some lesson plans, and I have this image with the quote, "You can do hard things," because that's what my mom tells me like all the time, and she said it to me on the way out the door, and I wanted to remember that. And then on Saturday morning, I just wanted to kind of just chill after typing a little too much the day before, and I decided to watch this show on HBO Max called I May Destroy You, and I'd heard good things about it. And that show is so powerful and amazing and frustrating, and it was just so good. I really, I don't want to say I enjoyed it, but I thought it was amazing. It was really like a hard thing to watch, but it was really good. And then I just have a little saying here that says breathe and keep breathing. You know, just keep pushing forward and getting better. And I have a note here that I have a bruise all the way up my arm, but it was feeling better, and I went for a very quick walk just around my neighborhood just to kind of get some fresh air and get some movement in there. I was missing movement a lot. And then that evening I worked on some February goals, some very realistic and simple goals. But that felt good too, to just kind of feel something normal and just to kind of get my mind back in the groove of real life. And then on Saturday morning, I finished I May Destroy You, and it was just really good, like I said. So after I put in some Simply Gilded washi, I just kind of took it easy this day, and I just pulled a Fox and Pip Girl on a half box to mark in that. And I just love those little girls. I use them all the time. I think they're so cute. And it was perfect for this day. And I was also kind of prepping during the day to go back to work the next day on Monday. And it was like mental and physical, like I needed to rest, but I also need to like get my brain in the right space. I was a little worried about if I could handle it, but I decided to take it very slow and be like really intentional about taking it slow. Luckily, I have some awesome friends who drove me to work for a week and a half or 2 weeks. And then in my journaling section over here, I have just some notes here. Another incredibly challenging week, but I made it through. As my mom reminded me as she left, I can do hard things. It taught me that I can accept help and slow down when I need to. I think going forward, I'm going to view rest as like a proactive thing, and to schedule it into my planner, and just to like, because it really is good for you. You're not supposed to go all the time. So, you know, trying to find the little lessons in here. And then my favorite moment was definitely my extra time with my mom and my sister. And it wasn't the best quality time, but in a way it was. And I'm really grateful for that. And then that washi was bugging me. It just didn't look right. So I went and grabbed some of the washi that matches the one that I was using. And so I'm just going to pop that in to that little space really quickly. And I think it looks a little bit better. So here's how this spread turned out, and I really love this. It's beautiful, even though this week sucked. It was, you know, if I really look at it, it was good because I did get all of that extra time with my mom and my sister, and, you know, I'm learning that people can take care of me when I need it. And that's a hard thing for me to do, but it was a good thing if I'm picking out some good things from this week. But I'm glad to have this finished, and I've still got a few more to catch up on before I get to, this is the current week. So yeah, I'll get there. It may take me a while, but I will get there. And I'm glad to have these, you know, to look back on, even though it's not fun times. It's definitely good to have all of these memories and all of this journaling stuff all in one spot, so that I can look back and see how far I've come, because eventually this is going to be in the rearview mirror and it will all be a memory. But I hope that you guys enjoyed this memory keeping spread. If you did, give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you're not already subscribed, and I'll see you next time. Bye!